We're live on Facebook. Yes. Hello, everyone. 30th of August. And today is a very special day. But before we tell you why, there you go. I think we have Darren on Zoom now. Welcome, William says, our favorite family to cook with. Is this Sky cooking today?
No, unfortunately not.
Oh, we're going to have to find a way to get Sky cooking again.
Yes, we do.
My favorite participant. She's my favorite model. But welcome, everyone, to another edition of Chad Marvie's 7. But like I was saying earlier, today is a very special day because it so happens
today is Francesca's birthday.
yay! It's our daughter's birthday, who actually helps us manage our Facebook live feed. So a big shout out to our 14-year-old in the house, Francesca. Happy birthday,
Happy birthday, Francesca!
Happy birthday to you. We love you, Francesca. Thank you for everything that you are to us and to your friends. And yeah, have a great year ahead.
Yes, but while we're at it, I want to give a big shout out to our friend, very good friend Charles Udo. If you're friends with us on Facebook, then you saw all the photos of our phenomenal cake. We didn't want to slice off Cheska's photo on top of it, so we kind of like did everything we can to slice off the top. That's the same with beautifully decorated cakes. I hardly want to slice into them, right? You don't want to destroy it.
Charles did a great job, and
Thank you, Charles.
it actually featured 2 of Francesca's very own artwork. So we're so proud of her. She is like an illustration artist, still growing, but definitely a lot of talent out there.
Yes. So thank you once again for everybody coming in. So the Williamses are cooking with us. I saw Becky, Tita Becky, come in. Are you cooking with us, Becky?
Yes, I'm here. I'm cooking.
Yay! And I just saw Mom BC. Mom BC, are you cooking with us or are you watching?
I'm watching.
Hi, as always. Thank you for always.
You're welcome.
All right, so this actually concludes our month-long theme.
Okay, my question.
I'm going to.
Is that Tony on the background? I think I just heard our good friend Tony. So before we proceed, kindly mute yourselves. All right, thank you. So this ends our month-long seafood theme, okay? And we're doing actually tuna. So we said in the ingredient list, you can either do tuna or chicken sisig, right? We kind of cheated. We're actually making chicken. Why? Because when we were at the tiny house last Monday, we had the tuna. So I told my hubby, can you make the chicken this time?
Yeah, it's interchangeable. We're using canned chicken. So if you have canned tuna, go ahead and use it.
Exactly. So, like I mentioned earlier, we're excited for this because sisig is one of those Filipino dishes that's a bit intimidating to make because every time they serve it to you in the restaurants, it looks very elaborate and it's usually served on a sizzling plate. Okay. But when we figured out how to simplify this and actually enjoy this at home, I got so excited because I'm like, oh, that's how simple it is. Okay. But this is a simplified version, mind you. Okay. So if you go online, you'll probably see a lot of other recipes for sisig that's a little bit more complicated. But as always, here at 7 with Chad Marvie, we simplify everything down to 7 ingredients and the easiest way of preparing it so you can enjoy these meals at home.
And yet still delicious, obviously.
Yes.
Delicious and healthy.
Yes. We have a new running tagline, Hey with Chad Marvie. Do you know what Hey is? It's an acronym. It's kind of cheesy. Let us know what you think about this. Hey, H-E-Y, healthy, easy, yummy with Chad Marvie. All right. But anyway, let's go ahead and start. but we've been doing this quite frequently recently. We're starting with our dessert, okay?
And we do want to say hi to those who are joining us through Facebook Live. I know we probably won't see you, real time, but I'll open my Facebook here in a minute. And so if you drop us a comment, then we'll be able to say hi to you. And thanks for those who are sharing this on their pages as well, or
Yes.
their profiles, right? So there's a couple of people like Mommy and Daddy or Araceli. Those of you who share this regularly, thank you.
Yes. And then before I proceed, let me just tell you in a summary. This cooking show is all about engaging and trying to encourage as many people as we can to learn or to go back to home cooking as much as possible. But something very distinct about the way we do things here is this. Everything that we use in our kitchen, obviously, you can see from our apron, is Saladmaster. We are very proud of this cooking system. Okay, so Saladmaster owners, if you want to learn how to do 7 ingredient dishes with your system, with your Saladmaster system, come join us every Sunday. But this is not limited to just the Saladmaster owners. We welcome everyone who does not have the system, okay? So we try to teach every single dish every time 2 ways. So, because we have all Saladmaster owners today, don't we? Yeah? We're all doing this with our system. Now, I want to make mention, if you're doing this traditionally, because a lot of you try to play our video after it's done, after we've gone live, we do it on replay. If you're doing this traditionally, the chocolate chip nut butter bar, you have to preheat your oven now to 350 degrees, okay? And then while you're preheating your oven, for all of us who's doing this on our Saladmaster cooking system, grab any size tuana for you. It will be a 1 quart, okay? Or it can be your 3 quart, whatever you have. And then put it on your stove top, turn it on, and bring it up to medium, which is about 350 to 375 degrees, okay? I kind of messed that up last time I was using my induction cooktop for the first time. So now I kind of know what that is. So I'm preheating this. I'm actually bringing it up to 340 is fine. Okay, so I brought it up to 340. And the first thing we're going to do is grab your nut butter. So it doesn't matter what kind of nut butter you have. It can be almond, it can be sunflower, it can be cashew, your choice. But today, for the first time, I'm actually using peanut butter. Okay, so we said a cup of your nut butter. We put it on our pan, whatever we're using. So if you're doing this traditionally, the same thing applies. We're going to heat this up at medium heat. Why? Because we want to make sure that our nut butter is stirrable. I don't even know if that's a word. Okay, because you see how a lot of times the oil separates, right? And then the butter, the peanut butter or whatever butter you're using, tends to be lumpy and hard, solidified. So we're doing this to make sure that we make our nut butter stirrable. Do you see the difference? Okay, that is simply our goal. Okay, so this is not going to be long. We're just making sure it's stirrable. After that, when you see that it's stirrable right like that, the next thing we're going to add is either your applesauce, whatever you have, or in my case, I actually have plain Greek yogurt, okay? So the yogurt going in, and this is 1/4 of a cup, according to our recipe. Okay, you see that? So I'm stirring more and mixing it really well. Now be careful. If your stovetop is pretty high, like mine is proving to be really high, I'm bringing the temperature down so I don't want to dry it up. There you go. Did you see that? And then as soon as those two are combined, So it kind of looks dry, right? Don't worry about that. We do have something that we're going to do afterwards to make it a little bit more liquefied again. I'm turning this off. And the next thing we're going to do is add all the dry ingredients except all the other ingredients, okay, that's dry, except the chocolate chip. So that means your flour, your sugar, and your 1 teaspoonful of baking soda. All right? I got this one right this time. If you don't know what I mean, last time I got this wrong. So I'm just gonna mix all of these together. Now you see how it's kind of like dry. What I'm gonna do is start adding the milk, okay? This is where your milk is gonna come in handy, because it's the milk that we're going to use to kind of like liquefy this. So the 2 tablespoons of milk is gonna go in there completely. Now, it's okay if you feel like it's a little bit dry in the beginning. Tiwanda, are you following along? Are you making this tea?
Yes, we're good.
Good. All right. So you see how this is like a little bit solidified? That's fine. Now the flour I'm using, as always, if you know me, I'm a big fan of gluten-free flour. I'm not gluten intolerant. None of our family members is, but I just like gluten-free as far as taste, actually. But gluten-free flour tends to be a lot drier. So my 2 tablespoonfuls of milk is not enough. I'm gonna grab a little more. My hubby is grabbing it for me. Okay, and this is gonna go down about 2 more tablespoons in there. So we're gonna keep mixing this until it's gooey, okay, T? Everybody who's gonna do this again at home, we'll keep mixing this until it's gooey like cookie dough. Do you see the difference? Now it's gotten a lot softer in texture. All right? So T, do you see this? It's like a cookie dough, right? Perfect. So I kind of doubled up on my milk because of my gluten-free flour. This time we're gonna add our chocolate chips. I almost said cookies. But T, try not to use all of them, okay? Leave some, kind of like that, so we can use it to decorate on top later. So there you go. Ta-da! Do you see how that looks like a cookie dough for real, as far as consistency is concerned? Now, for those who are going to do this the traditional manner, what you have to do after it's like this now, you move it to your baking dish, okay? The recipe, the original recipe calls for an 8x8 square baking dish, okay? And then after you grease that baking dish or put a parchment paper on it, you then put in this batter. But for the Saladmaster owners, what you need to do is grab either your 9-inch, where that we normally use for half box of a cake, or like our case, do you see this? The 10-inch skillet, okay? Because this is the one big difference. We're not using the big oven to bake. We're using the stovetop, okay? And then I am not gonna grease this. Instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab, honey, can you please grab some parchment paper?
Okay. We do want to say hi to Bang and Roselle and Berlin and Badette.
Hello.
Joined us through Facebook Live.
So this chocolate chip nut butter bar is actually incredibly healthy, okay? And I'll tell you enough to cover this. Okay, so this is one way that you can do this. Either use a parchment paper to cover down like that, Okay, do you see this? But our parchment paper is quite big. But, oh, it won't fit. You know what?
Gonna cut it.
I'm just gonna grease it. It's faster.
Okay. Well, we have a few more people that I want to say hi to. Of course, happy birthday to one of our Lolas, Mami Lita. We call her Mami Lita. Okay, Eleanor Francia. Hello, happy birthday. I know you share the same birthday as Francesca. So greetings to you as well. I want to say hi to a lot of people here. We have Susan Gonzalez. Hello. Steven Santalan. I know it's been a while since we've had a church with you guys. I want to say hi to Rowena Sambilay, Ideal Belaniso, Jermaine, Miani, and Tabitha Churo and Gay Glow. So hello to everyone.
All right, see here. I gave up on the parchment paper because it was a little bit, it's the natural kind. It's kind of hard to form it at the bottom. So I just grabbed my brush and very little, any oil you have or butter. So that's what I used to grease this. Okay, our 10-inch. And then we move our chocolate chip nutter bar dough. Okay, there you go. And we're simply going to spread it out. Honey, please.
Okay.
Let me grab the handle and transfer it to this one. Okay. See, you just press it down, T. Make sure it's evenly distributed. And I'm using a spatula to kind of like make the top, just to smooth out the top a little bit. Okay. Now, while I'm doing this and I'm trying to perfect this, I want to tell you that I want to give credit, okay, to the original recipe owner, which is Chocolate Covered Katie. If you haven't come across this website yet, it's my favorite site for anything chocolate, okay? Chocolate Covered Katie is like a pioneer, and she's here from Dallas, actually, from Texas. It's a very well-known blog and website because she makes everything chocolate healthy. She found a way to make every single thing healthy, like this one. You see? It's a lot of peanut butter. We hardly used oil except to grease our pan. We used yogurt, or you could have used applesauce as well. Okay, there you go. Chocolate chips go on top. And then here's the magic. If you're doing this and traditionally baking this in the oven, in the big oven that you preheated at 350 degrees, you will have to bake it for 10 minutes. It's that fast, okay? Uh-oh, sorry.
Sorry, we were muted there for a little bit.
Our administrator accidentally muted us. But anyway, so I was saying, if you were doing this traditionally, it's time to put in your baking pan with your batter in your big oven, and you will have to bake it at 350 degrees for 10 minutes. Okay? Now, for the Saladmaster owners, when we're baking on the stovetop, we simply turn our stovetop on, and then we're going to do our temperature at 350 degrees, okay? Or medium on your stovetop, okay? At 350 degrees. Now, what are we gonna do with the 10-minute time? Simple. You let it go for 10 minutes and then crank it open midway, okay? So that's the only difference. So look, I have the cover on the skillet. I'm going to time it for 5 minutes. It's going to use the egg timer. So it still will be a total of 10 minutes at 350 degrees. The only difference is midway, halfway through at 5-minute mark, for the last 10 minutes, I will simply crank the lid open to allow the air to go through a little bit. Okay? That's the only difference. So there you go. Our nut butter bar, chocolate chip nut butter bar, is baking at this point on the stovetop. I'm so excited to show you how it turns out. So in the meantime, here's hubby for the world famous chicken sisig, or if you're
Okay.
doing tuna.
So if you just joined us, like Benny did, hi. Instead of using tuna, today we're using chicken, only because we had cooked tuna sisig for ourselves when we were at the tiny home last week. But this recipe is very versatile and we've simplified it. You'll only need about 7 ingredients or even less. Okay, so what are we going to do? First of all, preheat your skillet, your electric skillet by Saladmaster to 375 degrees. If you're using the stovetop, just use medium heat, okay? Because medium heat is about 350 to 375. So while this is preheating, I'm gonna go ahead and mince my onions. And we said in the ingredient list, use a medium onion and red onion, and we are going to mince it, okay? So I had cut my onions vertically earlier so that when I cross cut it, it automatically minces it, okay? And of course, the end, I have to recut because that's the only thing that holds the whole onion together. Um, so yeah, so what I was saying is I cut it vertically earlier, leaving a very small piece here uncut to hold the onion together while I mince it.
One of these days, you will see him dicing and slicing like a real chef.
Okay. So that's all the onions we need. Now the original recipe will call for scallions as well. We're not doing that today. We're just using simple, straightforward red onion.
It doesn't mean you cannot add it in the future. Again, like I said, this cooking class is all about the simplified version of a lot of the recipes. Okay. So we always use just 7 ingredients.
Okay. So you know what's interesting about sisig is, it's really very simple. It almost seems like you're just sauteing your meat. The only difference is that we've added one ingredient which makes all the difference, and that is your mayonnaise. And I know a lot of you don't like mayonnaise, but I'm only using 1/4 cup, but it makes a world of difference as far as the flavor is concerned. We're also not using fresh garlic today. We are using powdered garlic, yeah, which is just a half a teaspoon of that. Okay, by now your skillet should be heated already, or your regular pan, right, on medium heat. So I'm gonna be using oil today. By the way, I'm gonna be using 1 tablespoon of oil just so that I could brown the meat. So as I said earlier, I'm using canned chicken, and I drained it of water, and I used a cheesecloth to squeeze out all of the excess water. So now I have my dry chicken meat. The reason why I want it dry is because I don't want it to splatter when I'm browning it. So let me
So
just
is
get
it
my
important
oil.
to make? Is it important, honey, to start with our protein dry? That we make sure it's dry.
Well, if it's not completely dry, you can still do that, except that your pan is probably gonna splatter. So that's the only reason why.
It's for practical reasons.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of oil here.
There you go. Do you need something to mix with?
I do have it here. And I'm gonna add in my 1 can of chicken breast. This is very, very lean chicken breast, okay? And my entire purpose of this is simply to brown it.
So pressing it down on whatever you're cooking it on will help brown it faster, okay?
So just before a few minutes.
done?
Yeah, 5 minutes is done.
Okay, so 5 minutes is done. What I'm gonna do is crank this a little bit. Okay, do you see that? Just about a half an inch.
Okay, and then you need another 5 minutes?
Yes, please. Tawanda, you can turn your stovetop, T, and Becky, if you're using your stovetop to do the chocolate chip nut butter bar, lower your temperature to medium low, okay, at this point.
In between medium and low.
Mhm.
Okay, again,
I just turned mine to 300.
the only thing I'm doing here is browning my chicken, okay? Still not brown. There's a little bit of color now.
There you go.
Okay, so in the meantime, let's go ahead and prepare our other ingredients. So if you could go back to the main camera, Mikael. Okay, what else do we need? We will need your soy sauce or liquid aminos. We're only going to be using 2 teaspoons, okay? Be careful because it's very salty if you exceed that.
Yes, because remember, a lot of times your canned meat also has sodium in it. So
Yeah,
go easy.
yeah,
on
it
that.
says, well, ours was actually just in water, right? But chicken has natural salt in it. So that's why we're careful about
It actually is 210 milligrams, 9% sodium.
right, but it wasn't added. It just came from the chicken. I guess they measured that.
Right.
This can is 7 ounces or 200 grams. And then we're going to be using 1/2 teaspoon of garlic, okay? Then of course you have your mayonnaise, and then optionally you have your pepper, and then 1 lemon or calamansi if you have those, the Philippine lemon slice. Okay, this looks like it's browning now. Yes, looks good. So I definitely want it browned. Okay, at this point, I am going to be adding my minced onion. It's a lot
All
of
the onions. So if you notice, one thing about this dish is the abundance of your spices, particularly the onion. Now, if you're curious, I want to make mention, the very first version of sisig in the Philippines was actually made with pork
ears.
ears, okay? Pork ears. That's toasted and browned to a crisp. And then as years went by, and then it gained popularity, then obviously, especially nowadays, more and more people are finding ways to make it a lot healthier. Like they like to have a better version of it.
Okay, so I'm gonna cover this for about a minute just so that my onions will soften up a bit. Okay. All right. So do we want to say hi to a few more people?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So hi to Army Cordevilla and Janet OP. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
So if you have any questions, please send us a message or give us feedback, right? If you have a recipe that's very simple that you want to share with everybody who's trying to do home cooking, but they're not professional chefs, go ahead and share it with us.
All right. Okay.
We have about 1 more minute left there, so I'm going to go ahead and mix this.
Go ahead. While Chen is mixing that, the only thing you have to do next with your nut butter bar is this. After the 10 minutes of baking in the traditional oven at 350, please bring it out, obviously. And what's important is for you to cool this down for at least 20 minutes, okay? Because when you take it out of the oven, it will look uncooked. But it's not. It will harden and set further. So what you have to do to make sure that it's like something a little bit more firm, that you can hold it like a bar, is to make sure that you cooled it down for a full 20 minutes at least, okay? So that's what I'm gonna do when this is done, and it's almost done. I will remove it from here and put it behind us to cool it down completely until towards the end of our class, so you can see what it looks like.
Okay, so now my onions are now translucent, and you can see that Mikael, if you could transfer the camera. Um, yeah, there. So you can see that the red onions now it's like it's faded and it's translucent in color now. So you could add your seasonings now. So again, just 1/2 teaspoon of
Turning it out.
1/2 teaspoon of garlic. Okay. We're gonna add a little bit of pepper, about 1/4 teaspoon. Then we're gonna add 2 teaspoonful of soy sauce.
There you go. That's when the soy sauce come in. I'm trying to watch him with all of you because I honestly have never cooked this. I have never made sisig. So I'm learning this as well.
So sisig is usually what we call bar chow, meaning it's really good when you eat it with when you eat it while you're drinking beer, okay, or sipping a glass of wine, because it's you can eat it without rice, basically. Now, some variations of this will include a fried egg on top of it. Wow, that smells really good. Okay, now we're gonna add our 1/4 cup of mayonnaise, and this is really the secret ingredient of sisig.
Yep, like he said, it makes all the difference. So typically we use at home, we only use the mayonnaise that's made with avocado oil. Okay. One good way of making sure that whatever we cook at home is healthier is to make sure that the ingredients we find are somehow the better kind. Okay.
Okay, so I'm just gonna mix
There you
in the
go.
mayonnaise. Just fold it in. See, mayonnaise has a natural texture to it, right? That makes it like creamier, and then it has a little bit, a tinge of like a lemony flavor to it. So it kind of offsets just the saltiness of your soy sauce, right? And just how sharp your garlic is. But then the onions also provide the rest of that flavor, which makes it really, really tasty, such that you only really need a little bit of this, and from time to time, just eat a tablespoon of it, continue your conversation, drink a little bit of your beverage of choice, and yeah, that's how it goes.
If you're wondering, what do you normally enjoy sisig with?
It's gonna be a bottle of beer for me.
It will be with rice for me, okay? But honestly, like my good friend Becky, you can eat this with lettuce on the side. Kind of make it like a salad topping. That would be great. You can eat this with broccoli. This just like steamed a little bit or kind of like pan cooked a little bit crunchy. You can pretty much eat this with anything. But the way we Filipinos serve it normally is with rice and a sunny side up egg on top. Isn't that right?
Yes. Okay, so believe it or not, this is actually done. Okay, this is done. And the steps that we omitted, okay, is typically this is served in a sizzling plate. So I'm gonna turn this off. I don't want it to be too brown. What they do is they about 2 tablespoons of butter, okay, on a sizzling plate. They heat it up until it's like medium heat, and then you add your cooked sisig on it, and then you top it with some pork cracklings, and then garnish it with some lemon on the side. Um, we have some pork cracklings, but I can't find it right now. Do you know where it is?
I'll be looking for the pork crackling. Stop.
Okay, we had it like at the tiny house, but since we moved, we moved back to our regular home. I don't have it with me right now, but
It's right here.
oh, there, Marvie
the
found
white-
it.
the white-
Perfect.
I actually kept it.
Okay. Okay, so I have my pork crackling here.
Pork crackling is like Philippines called chicharron. Mexican friends know what that is as well.
Yeah, they call chicharrones here.
If you want to know where to find it, Fiesta or the Asian places.
Okay, so I'm just gonna garnish. If you could turn the camera, Mikael, to the stove top again, to the.
You'll garnish it on the
skillet.
pan. There you go, on the skillet.
I'll just put it on the skillet a little bit.
Twanda, are you making the tuna or the chicken as well? Chicken, right?
And that's done. Okay, and I'll plate it, but believe it or not, it tastes really good.
Are you making chicken? Tea?
Yes.
Perfect. I'm really excited. I want to know if the twins like it. They will be the real test. If the twins like this, then it's a winner chicken dinner, right?
Okay, and then you're just
Okay.
gonna. So this is the plated, the finished plate, and then you're just gonna garnish it with a little bit of lemon, and then give them an additional slice if they want some more. But basically, that's your meal. It's sisig. Tell us what you think about it. It's a traditional Filipino dish that has made waves in the bigger cities here in the U.S. because they serve it kind of like an exotic dish, right? And Anthony Bourdain, when he was still alive, gave a raving review about this, and that's why many people were willing to try it for the first time. But again, we did not use pork ears; we used chicken, so it's very, it's safe to try it, right? Tell me what you think about it.
It's not as exotic.
Tell us how the mayonnaise adds to the flavor of everything, and give us feedback. Hope you enjoy it.
All right, so we're not closing it yet. Okay, he sounded like he's closing the class. We're still here. Now, we have a few things to discuss, which I'm excited about. So I have like 10 more minutes on the nut butter. I'm cooling it down. As if you can show them, Mikael, please. It's on our countertop at this point. I'm just trying to cool it down. Okay. I have 10 more minutes to cool that down. So in the next 10 minutes, while we're cooling that down, I want to see what the other cook-alongers are making and how they're doing.
And we're gonna try our sisig as well.
So, Mikael, can we please spotlight the Williamses and Tita Becky? Let's see how they're doing with the sisig. Who are we spotlighting first? There you go, T.
This is our chicken. Hold on. Sorry. See it?
looks
There
good.
you go.
With all the onions.
Okay, try it, T. Okay, we'll try it in a bit too. Let us know.
Try it. Okay. And our cooking.
Oh,
Wow.
looks good too.
Okay, I'll put it a
So,
little bit.
yeah, we still have a little bit of time to cool it down, yeah? And then Becky, can we please go to Tita Becky and see how her chicken sisig is doing?
It looks like this. Mine's different. I don't know if you see it?
Wait, no, it's covered. Oh, there
Oh,
it is. Okay, move it a little bit to the left, I guess.
The left?
We can't see the pan. We only see the edge of the pan. There you go.
Oh, wait.
What did you add that's different, Becky?
I don't have mayonnaise, so I just added eggs.
Oh, that's
Wow.
right. Because you're not trying to cut that out. So did you boil the egg?
Yeah, the eggs boiled.
Okay,
Yes.
so this is gonna taste like sauteed chicken with onions, right? But
Yeah.
Or let me tell you what you could have done. for a lot of our friends who are trying to avoid mayonnaise, here's another thing that you can do. Because you know that mayonnaise is made with eggs, right? And what else?
Yeah.
Oh, vinegar. So what you can do, it's kind of like scramble some egg, like one egg, and you
Raw
could have,
egg, right?
yeah, raw egg, scramble it, and then you could have added like a fourth teaspoon of vinegar, and then you can have cooked it and like kind of like spread it
And it will
on your
still
chicken.
kind of like act as a binder, but
Mhm.
add that what I was trying to catch with the mayonnaise was that lemony flavor
Yes.
and the
So
texture.
either a fourth teaspoon of a fresh lemon juice or lemon juice of any
Mhm.
of that you have, or vinegar
Mhm.
would have done the trick and would have given you a flavor that's closest to the one with the mayo. Okay,
Thank you
but
for
that's a
sharing.
good thing
Yeah.
to note. Mac. I hope you like that. Are you eating with lettuce?
Yeah, I do that. I have lime juice, so I did that lime juice. Yeah, I'm gonna eat it with lettuce.
Oh, perfect.
Perfect.
And I think you're gonna like it.
Okay, you want to try?
Yay.
You want to try, Sissy?
Oh, I'm sure it's good.
We've already tried it many times.
Many times. So I actually prefer, this is my favorite kind, more than even the pork. If we have pork, I actually like the chicken a lot, and the tuna too.
Mhm.
So those are like the two favorites of mine. Mm,
Is it salty?
mm-mm.
It's good. It's balanced. Okay, so we did take care of the ratios for you guys. T, how do you like it?
Haven't tried it yet. I'll let you know.
It's really good. I like it. This is our palate. I hope you like it too.
So we're actually enjoying it with brown rice.
Mhm.
I'm trying to influence my whole family to enjoy brown rice.
It is so good. Now I want a glass of wine to go with it.
And then
I'll do that later.
we're waiting on our dessert. But hey, so like I said, I have a couple of announcements to make. The first thing being that, I don't know if you still remember, our contest, okay, is ongoing. Race to 99. Remember?
I remember that.
99, which of these will I call mine? Okay, and the choice is between a smokeless grill or a 10-inch dip dish skillet with a rack that is a limited edition Saladmaster product. But those are phenomenal things that you will enjoy in your kitchen. Okay, the smokeless grill literally has no smoke, so you grill in your home. If you haven't joined us, if you weren't able to see us and join us about a couple of weeks ago, we grilled lobsters and prawns right here on our countertop. We avoided the heat outside, and there's no fishy smell. It's smokeless for real. Okay, so the winner will get that. But oh, Darren said from Darren and Tuanda, very good, right? Keeper? Yeah.
It's a keeper.
Yes.
See how simple it is, but that mayonnaise makes a difference, right?
I told you.
It's crazy.
So when you also have, sometimes you have leftover chicken, roasted chicken, right? What you do is get all of the remaining stuff and turn it into sisig. Okay. All right. So for the 99, I want to announce our main contenders. Our top two contenders are, drum roll, Tawanda and Leia Batitang. Who?
Yay!
Yes. So the two of you, okay? So you have about a month and a half more to go to earn the points. Review the guidelines, but I want to give out a shout out to the other contender, Leia Batitang. She's not with us today because she's celebrating her week-long celebration of 40th birthday. I'm sorry. I kind of announced your age. But you look so young. It doesn't matter. Everybody's going to say, oh, but you look so young. She literally looks like one of her kids. A lot of times, people don't realize or recognize her as the mom. True story. She usually is mistaken for a sibling.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Leia. But you are the top two contenders, okay? So I'm putting the responsibility on the both of you to tally your points.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Will
Your
do.
close.
Yeah, it's not a surprise because everybody hears about your names every single week. So, by the way, we don't focus on Filipino dishes, right? We only focus on simple dishes that are 7 ingredients or less. So, it can be any cuisine. So, feel free to give us your suggestions. But if you do want to learn more about Filipino dishes, we do have a similar format show where you can cook along, and that's on Saturdays at 11 a.m. Okay.
That's with our dealership owners of My Supreme Kitchen Essential that is going through some major revamp, and it's exciting. That will be announced pretty soon. That show on Saturdays at 11 in the morning is run by Araceli Balais, okay?
Yes.
And she will always have a guest coach with her. Now, she's not mainly doing Filipinos, but a lot of it, that's kind of like her specialty. A lot of the stuff that we don't know how to make Filipino dishes wise, she would know as well as her guests.
Right. They're
okay?
focusing on Asian dishes. But I just wanted to mention this because I know some of you have requested oxtail, right? The oxtail stew
Or kare,
that
yeah.
we make. We're not going to show that here because it requires more than 7 ingredients. So I'll refer you to that 11 a.m. on Saturday show. Now, if you're vegan, then there's also a similar format show that's run by Celeste, who guested with us a few
And Leia.
weeks ago, and Leia Kerubo. And that they focus completely on vegetable-based dishes. Okay.
Right, and
And
some
that's on-
African favorite dishes as well. So that currently they're running that on Mondays at
5 o'clock.
5 p.m.
These
Okay.
are all Central Time. Okay.
Mhm. So there may be changes in the future. We'll always announce if you want to take note of those changes. Okay.
Yeah. So again, if you want to have a private cooking show, right? Marvie is
Oh, I wanna
willing.
mention that.
Huh? Okay. Yeah. Marvie will have more details for that if you send her a private message. Okay.
Yes. Okay. The other thing that we want to mention is here. Everybody, thank you so much for always dropping by. I know some of you just go through for seconds, and that means a lot to us. But I want to announce that our other group on Facebook is up and is about to run. It's not running, it's up and about to run. It's not up and running, okay? It's called 7 ingredient recipes, okay? And that does not bear our names. That's different because that's going to be a group
Where we
that's going to be
exchange-
dedicated to 7 ingredient recipes coming from us and other people.
Mhm.
Okay, from everyone. So it's going to be a collaboration. It will be a private group in there. So if you want to be a part of that, please go ahead and I would gladly include you in the group. All the simplified video versions of our recipes where you can just go through it in 5 minutes, like those typical recipe videos that you find elsewhere. We are going to end up uploading it on that group page. Okay, it's called 7 ingredient recipes.
Yep.
Okay, there you go.
All
So
right.
that's another one. And then what's the last announcement, and we're gonna close before an hour, which is kind of like, yay, we're making up for all the other times when we went beyond an hour. The last thing is here, because we started with a monthly theme and we are just about to end our seafood month.
Yeah.
Our September is, because it's back to school for majority of us. Who can guess? I wonder if we can get some major participation.
Sandwiches.
Please guess.
Send us a message.
What do you think is the theme for September? That will be great for the school season that just started.
Pasta.
Huh?
Pasta.
Pasta? Close. Who else is a guess? Everybody who's on Facebook Live, give us a guess.
Hi, Cherry. We just made our sisig. It's really, really good.
Hi, Chat.
So simple.
Yes. Who has another guess? No guesses? No guesses? No guesses? Okay, fine. I'll just tell you. September will be a whole month of...
I don't know even. Is it sandwiches?
Do you want sandwiches?
That was my first guess.
That was your first guess? Okay. There'll be 1 week when we're actually doing that. We're going to feature our favorite egg salad sandwiches, sandwich recipe, as well as our favorite chicken salad recipe. Those two in one. But it's pretty much one dish meals.
Oh, okay.
One dish meals, okay? In September. So think fried rice where everything is in it, okay?
Mm,
Vegetables, if you have carbs, and your protein all in one.
okay, so
One
simple,
dish meals.
so that you can easily just pack it.
Exactly.
And, okay,
So
got
it's
it.
the type that if your student is at home and facing the computer, you don't have to give them 3 separate bowls or, like separate stuff on their plates. You can give them just one bowl and everything's in there. Here you go. And then if it's hubby who's going to work, you don't have to bother with so much like putting things in different glass jars or whatever containers. It's just one container and then here you go. One dish meals. Because that is one of the most convenient things to do to feed a whole family, especially.
Yeah.
Okay?
So I hope you look forward to that. Again, if you have suggestions, send it over. Some people guessed pasta. That was close. Pasta, yes, can definitely be the base for a one dish meal. We'll consider that. And then snacks. Well, they're kind of like it's easy. It's easy to pack.
Yes. But not quite that. Okay, so we're excited. The whole month of September will be that. And then in October, just so you can start looking forward to it because it's the start of fall. It's a lot cooler in October. It's going to be a lot of your favorite soup
Yeah.
recipes.
Okay.
Okay. Think chili, think baked potato, like my good friend Rolanda Pierce's. I heard is like a crazy good recipe. Let's see if she'll let me share it with you all, or we can probably have her cook with us. Okay. So there you go, back to back. September, one dish meals, and then in October, look forward to your favorite soups. Okay, everything with 7 ingredients or less. Now, for the last, here is your nut butter bar. Tuwanda, are you ready to slice this out? Are you ready to show us your nut butter?
Okay.
bar?
Hi, Erwina, and we have Lorena Santos. Hello.
Where's everybody? Where did Tawanda go?
Okay, so this is our no bake.
Oh no, it was baked.
Oh, it's a baked. It is a stovetop baked rather.
Yeah, it was baked. It's not a no bake kind of a thing. Okay, so this was like 20 minutes of setting. Obviously, this can use more setting time, okay? It's a little bit crumbly for me, but look. There's the bottom that's a lot more brown. So the longer you cool this down, the more it's gonna set. Tawanda? Are you done
Yours
with
looks
yours?
great. Yours looks great. We're gonna try again another day.
Really? Is it not cooked?
No.
Okay, here's what I need you to do. Put it back on your stovetop. Do it at medium heat.
Okay.
Heat for 5 minutes. Do it all over again. And then do it for 5 more minutes at 300 degrees. Just cover it.
Okay. We'll do.
So here's ours.
Because it's gonna dry up basically.
It tastes
Okay,
like this, but it's gluten free.
So we're just gonna let it set so that it could be it will be
Firmer.
Firmer, yeah. It'll be like pieces actually.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So the key to this one is just remember, the longer you allow it to cool, the more it will set.
We'll show pictures as soon as it's completely done.
It is really good. We want to try it before we say bye-bye.
Sure.
So again, please let us know if you find this thing helpful as far as what we're doing here. We would love feedback.
It tastes like peanut butter cookies to me.
Yeah, it tastes like Reese's.
Mhm.
but it's completely gluten-free and it's a lot healthier because I made it with
Yogurt.
yogurt.
Mhm.
See, and my peanut butter was
I
organic.
cannot wait to eat my sisig.
Yeah, now we're eating. Okay, so that's it, everybody. Becky, have you tried your sisig? Let me know how you like it. Can we spotlight Becky one last time?
Okay.
Putting you on the spot, Becky.
At least let
I
us know how you like it.
I put too much. It's a little salty for me. I put too much salt, but otherwise I do like it.
Oh, we didn't add salt, by the way, Becky. So the recipe just requires 2 teaspoons of soy sauce.
That's
So
what my yeah.
yeah, when we added salt before, it turned out to be really salty. So we removed salt.
We scratched
completely.
salt
Mhm.
completely.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
anyway, you know the recipe, and then you know
Now
the
you can tweak it.
you know the modification for mayonnaise. So
Yes.
let us
Thank
know.
you.
There you go.
But Darren, I'm glad you and T like the
The
sisig.
sisig.
That's
Enjoy your dinner.
that's an authentic Filipino dish. Enjoy it.
Thank you guys.
All
You're
right. So
welcome.
thank you so much, everybody. Please be on the lookout for the next menu that comes out every Thursday. Okay. See you next Sunday.
Okay, this is Chad
Have a great night.
and Marvie signing off. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.